Welcome to AARP, Arizona Hispanic Connection. Educate. Celebrate. Connect. Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Welcome to Arizona Barrio Stories. This is Irma coming to you from 147 East Adams. We're here at ALAC. I want to say thank you for being a part of this platform. Thank you for your membership. As a matter of fact, check your membership. We have a few people on our site that are only visitors. When you're a visitor, you're not enabled to comment or post any pictures. So please hit join or follow us and join our biggest platform, almost at 29,000 people. Thank you for being a part of us. Today we're back with David from AARP, Arizona Hispanic Connection. The last time we met with you, we were talking about your net worth. Today we have another really important subject. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Irma. My pleasure again. I was singing a song before going on air. La Plaga. Now you have to go look it up. It's called La Plaga, the rock, right?
Tell me, we have a workbook, and what is the workbook called?
It's called Finances 50 Plus, and we are encouraging people to go to our website and download it. It's free of charge. I mean, these concepts that we provide here, that you and I have been discussing, they're just on the surface. But the nitty-gritty, the details, and even some worksheets, they're on that publication. It's a PDF that they can download. So they go to aarp.org and they do a little search called Finances 50 Plus, and they'll have they'll see a PDF, they'll click on, they'll download it, and they'll have it there ready. It is very, very well structured with all the table of contents, so they can pick a topic that they're interested in, and they can get all the nitty-gritties of what we're talking about here.
The last time we met, we talked about net worth. So what do you have in store for us today?
Yes. So again, this three-part series, it's budgeting, credit, and savings and investments, primarily savings. So if you want to talk about the ABCs of finances, it has to be budgeting. I think anybody that wants to manage their finances, they have to start at point A, point one, and that is writing a budget. But we really encourage people to write it down, or if they can find something on the computer, these days everything's online, they can download a form of some sort where there are formulas that you just plug in numbers and then automatically calculates. But the idea is this. How many people do you think do their budget? They make money. How are you going to spend the money? What are you going to spend it? Are you going to make sure that you're not spending more than what you're bringing in? And then, if you take out your wallet, I think any person from this country will have 1 to 5 credit cards, maybe. So once you can bring in more money than what you're spending, what do? You go to credit. Again, that's why it's so important to write down your budget, because if you don't, then how are you going to know how to spend the money and what? Not only that, but if you're having deficits, that means you're spending more than what you're bringing in. Or if you want to save some money, maybe you're still balancing your budget, but you want to save money, how do you know where the cut will be? Well, in budgeting, something that we would like to highlight in this program is that when you do a list, and we're going to get into the list of both the income that comes in and then the expenses. We would like to encourage people to make a distinction on the expenses column. That is this a need or is this a want? Critical, Irma.
I'm glad you said that. As a young person coming out of college, when I got my first job, a lot of these concepts weren't taught, and so unfortunately, money came in and it zoomed out really quickly,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even near payday, and you had to really think, okay, wait a minute now, I have to start watching
Yes.
what I'm spending, and you don't want to just be buying things willy-nilly. You want to be able to notice what you're buying, that you really need it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think males have a bigger list of wants in their budget or females?
Wants, I would say females.
Females, you think?
I think.
There's a lot of things that the females have to do that we males don't have to do. The appearance. Sometimes we just get off the shower and we're ready to go. Sometimes women cannot do that.
I need this. I need this. I need this.
Well, those sort of things eventually, and this is why writing a budget is so critical, because you will see to the penny the amount of money that you spend on this or that. Should we be specific or just kind of leave it general? But your hair, your face, your shoes, your nails, your and then more general for both males and females. How about that coffee in the morning? Do you go outside? Do you prepare yourself and take it with you? I still remember my daughter. She owns her home, but she moved back to her home and she's renting her home, right? When she was living on her home, she was telling me, I have to cook on Sunday night for at least 3 nights. If I don't do that, I'm going to have to go and eat outside, and that is very expensive.
Yeah.
So again, choices. But what we're trying to say here, Irma, is that a budget is so critical because you see it. You see exactly where your money, what sources of money are coming in, and how your money is being spent. And here we go again. Let's highlight this point. Wants versus needs, or vice versa. Needs versus wants. You have to pay your mortgage. You have to pay your health insurance, your car insurance, and those sort of things. Those, no way around it. You just got to do it. No way to cut there, right? But then if you go to the wants, your vacation, the car you drive, the shoes do you want the brand stuff or not so much? Do you like to go to these fancy restaurants or not so much? Where do you go vacation? Everything is going to kind of drive you. This budget will drive your decisions, because now you're going to say, if I buy this car, will I have a budget to make the payments? Oh, I can't, so better buy this other car, kind of thing. So it's very, very important to write down the budget. And again, to differentiate between a need and a want. We really want to highlight this point.
I had heard more recently as an adult, give every dollar a name. This dollar is for grocery. This dollar is for, utilities. So give every dollar a name.
That is an excellent concept. It's kind of like the same,
Yes.
You're giving every dollar a name when you do your budget. So let me just go over some of the categories, because it's interesting that once you start, when I did my budget, I didn't think I had a lot. But the more I started thinking what I spend on this, on that, the needs, and then the wants, you have a lot. We have a lot of stuff that we spend the money, right? So let's, first of all, to do the budget, you need to first make a list of income. So sources of income, your wages, salary, bonuses too. Sometimes when you get a bonus, you go crazy and you go spend it, right? That has to be part of the budget as well. Then maybe somebody gets government benefits. It could be Social Security, food assistance, what have you, child support, alimony, interest, income. Some people have investments and they get a little bit or a lot every month. Support from family or friends, or other. So that is the first column. That is pretty straightforward. No way around it. Money comes in, you write it down, every single penny that comes in on a monthly basis. And again, I'm glad I said it. We encourage people to do this on a monthly. In other words, do the budget monthly, or a monthly budget. Then when you go to the expenses, let me go over some of the categories. I think time is limited. So the housing and utilities, right? You have a mortgage, you have rent, utilities, gas, oil, electric, water, etc. Home maintenance, right? You have your phone, your cell phones. Hello. Cell phones are pretty expensive, and then the service on a monthly, you not only the device, but the service is pretty expensive, the family plan, etc. Or here, the family plan always helps. I know someone that has like 10 people in his plan so that they pay less money. It pays off. Cable, satellite TV service, internet, or other. So that would be the housing and utility sphere. And again, we want to do the estimated cost and mark. Is this a need or is this a want? And this, of course, all of these are pretty much needs. Then we can go into the loans and credit cards, right? Again, we're making a list of all the expenses. Credit card payments, right? Do you owe money? Do you have a credit card? Do you pay interest? How much? You have to kind of list that. Personal loan payments. Some people have loans. It could be a student loan, for example, or your car loan. Student loan, and then others. So that would be your loans and credit cards. And again, all these concepts, Irma, I really want to highlight, they're in that workbook. That's where this came from. So we really encourage people to go to our website and download this publication. Is there for you, and you can have all this, and you can actually, it's a workbook, so they can write in the books. So you have your savings and investments. These are going to be your emergency savings, college education savings, retirement, IRA, Roth, your contributions, others. And then you have to go to transportation, right? Do you have auto loan payments, auto insurance, gas and maintenance, public transportation, what have you? Then you go to family and pets. Have you noticed that even pets are requiring a lot of investments these days? Child care, child support, allowances, tuition, fees, textbook supplies, pet food supplies, veterinarian, a little difficult to pronounce there. And then the health and the grooming, right? Health insurance, medical visits, co-pays, prescription medication, all these kinds of things you need to, the food, the clothing, the entertainment. You list everything on the expenses, and then you're going to get your total for the expenses. And then you're going to see, right? Am I getting enough money to pay for that? Or am I spending more than my budget? Then you're going to know whether you're staying within your budget, whether you have a surplus, and then you can do something with that surplus. Anyhow, budget is like the point number one, the starting point to manage finances. I hope everybody does it and enjoy doing it, and then they'll see how much money is coming in and how much money is going out.
David, I want to thank you. Now, if somebody is having trouble with that worksheet with budgeting, can they reach out to you?
Of course. My name, my number, my email will appear on the video. Please give me a call. Today I got a call actually from somebody that heard me on the radio. He was asking me about the 401k. So please do, anytime, 24/7. Remember, I'll answer that phone.
David, thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Of course. Thank you.
This is Irma from Arizona Barrio Stories. I know budgeting may not be your favorite topic, but it's good to know. And you might want to look for that workbook page, and David will help you with it. Thank you for being a part of Arizona Barrio Stories, and we will see you soon.